Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to your weekly forecast. So this is a newer channel and I'm kind of experimenting with different types of readings, and I thought this channel needed a weekly forecast because over on Mystic Moon I do a Soul Connections weekly forecast, but I wanted to bring something to the collective that was more on a general side. So we're going to be asking our guides just for a general forecast this week, and then of course we'll go into specific topics as well, just in case you guys want to forecast on those things. So at the end of the day, just take what resonates for you, get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using will be listed down below. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Let's see what our guides want us to know about our week. What kind of energies and things can we expect coming up this week? So this deck right here is called the Goddess Oracle cards, or Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, actually. So we're going to grab 3 cards and see what we can expect just in a general sense this week. What do we get? What do we get? We've got Dana or Dana. We have Coventina and Bast. Ooh, so High Priestess, Purification, and Independent. So we have this yellow energy already popping out. I feel like this is connected to the solar plexus chakra. Our solar plexus chakra, when it's activated, we feel really confident. We feel driven. We feel like we are on target with our goals. We feel like we have purpose. We feel like we belong in some situation, or that we're doing exactly what we want to do. So I feel like that's highlighted for a reason. So let's go ahead and clarify with some tarot cards. We'll take it from the top. This is called the Angel Wisdom Tarot. All right, what do we need to know here? Let's start off with, I'm just going to call her Dana. Dana's energy, High Priestess. Let me just take these over here. Okay. It says, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Beautiful. So some of you guys may already be spiritual teachers. Some of you guys are tapping into your spiritual gifts this week, or you're getting some sort of spiritual downloads from your guides that you have something to teach. Maybe some of you guys are looking into, giving workshops or classes, or just aiding others with what you know, your wisdom, etc. So let's get into tarot here. And we have the 10 of Wands. What I'm getting here, you guys, is that some of you are not making time, because it does say working too hard and too many hours. The need for balance in life. Let others help you. Health problems due to stress. So if you guys want to do something like this, but you're like, I just don't have the time, we're gonna have to make time. I always tell my husband this when it comes to his job and all the stress that he goes through. No one's gonna take care of you except for you. People aren't going to read your mind and say, do you need a break? We're going to have to show up for ourselves, you guys. We can't expect other people to read our mind or to just, carve out time. We've got to find ways to show up for ourselves. So I feel like that's what that 10 of Wands is. If we're burdened or we're stressed or we're in environments or situations that just don't serve us, it's actually going to start taking away from our spiritual gifts. So that's if you guys are already in the healing arts, you guys are already a spiritual teacher. If you're feeling really low vibe or really irritable, you need to kind of figure out why. Let's check in with ourselves this week and see what's nibbling at our spirits, what's taking away from our peace. How can we create more time and space for ourselves? What can we kind of skip this week and instead do something nice and good for ourselves? So Spirit's telling us to focus on self-care this week, and focus on your environment and figure out why is it that we don't feel happy with what it is that we're doing. So I feel like that's why the solar plexus chakra really popped through with the yellow energy, is because it's telling us, do we love what we do? We should be loving what we're doing. We should be thriving. We should be really enjoying ourselves. So if we are not, then why are we doing what we're doing still? So it's time to check in and say, You know, you got to crown yourself. You got to treat yourself like a king or queen. You can't really expect other people to notice you as this king or queen if you're not treating yourself like royalty. It's like being expected to be treated like royalty, but yet you don't even take care of yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like that belief, it doesn't even line up, you know, to attract that kind of energy into our lives. So a little bit more focus this week, you guys, on self-care. Now, this one makes sense to me now. Coventina, purification. It says it's time for a cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind. So is there something that we're doing that is just really dragging our energy down? Are there certain foods that we're eating? Are we not getting outside enough? Are we spending time in toxic situations, either online or with people or in groups or just watching television that's just not uplifting us? There's something that we're doing that we need to purify, okay? We have to do it. Oh yeah, it's time to say bye. The fact that we have 2 10s coming up, you guys, is huge. And they're the 2 negative of the 10s, okay? The 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups are beautiful 10s. These are the negatives. So these 2 negative 10s are coming up for a reason, I feel. Let's read the 10 of Swords. It says the end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both. The opportunity for new happiness. A weight off your shoulders. The end of an addiction, a melodramatic reaction. So sometimes when it comes to, you know, opening up a new door, closing an old door, walking through it, it can sometimes, you know, we create more stress surrounding endings. We create more of that drama around those types of situations. We make things worse than they really are. It's just about opening up that door and just taking the action steps to just do it already, okay? Really try not to think about something or stress out about something to the point where you're going to not do something. So if this is about you leaving an old job this week or something that you just can't stand, a friendship or even a relationship or roommate situation that you're just like, I can't deal with this anymore. It's just killing me. It's killing my spirit. It's not adding anything to my life. It's almost like we are dealing with something this week, and what it's going to do is it is going to cause us to feel like we are finally in alignment with our true self. So that's why that solar plexus is here. And now we have this blue energy, which is throat chakra. I feel like when we speak our truth this week and we do something this week for ourselves, we are finally in alignment with who we truly are meant to be in this life. So, you know, I hope that means something to someone out there, but that is what's coming through. So now we have this beautiful energy of Bast, okay? Independent, maybe going our own way, doing our own thing, doing our own business, being single, whatever this is. It says your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So the thing is, you might be better off on your own in some situation, and you're really coming into that power this week. You are really coming into your own this week. And oh my gosh, you want to talk about confidence? You want to talk about being on fire? That is the sun. So this is Leo's energy, you guys. Leo is all about strength and courage and bravery. But this says here, a time of great joy and success. We have 2 words here, double here, success. There will be success this week in changes or endings or something that you decide to leave behind. And it doesn't have to be something as dramatic as you're leaving a job or you're leaving a friendship or relationship. It could just be that you stop eating like crap, okay? You leave some sort of old mental attitude or belief system that hasn't been serving you behind. So it's something that's empowering you, you guys. But it says brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, and gratitude to the divine. So we're just opening up our hands. You see both of these cards here. She is opening up her arms to something new, and all of these things are flowing to her. And then we have these open arms with this fire and this information, this scroll. And then, of course, you have this victory, this person on this victory horse with this flag. And then we have this hourglass with the time, as in the time is just perfect for this change. The time is perfect for you to stand on your own 2 feet. The time is perfect to leave something behind that is just not serving you in a positive way. Wow, I'm getting goosebumps because it's so freaking powerful. So That's just what's going on in a general sense, and that looks freaking kick-ass to me. So let's go ahead and go into some specifics. Let's see what's going on with our love lives, okay? And this can be, of course, anything. So let's just see how it goes. Let's see what Spirit wants to bring forth. I'm not even going to be specific, so I want you guys to take it how it resonates for you. But this right here is called the Romance Angels. But this can be about just anyone that you love, your friends, your family. Let's see what it is. So love and relationships this week. What do we got? What's the message here? Okay, so we do have deception, you guys. And this, of course, may be connected to the Ten of Swords. So let's just say you're already feeling triggered by this portion of the reading. Skip it. Or it doesn't apply to your life. You're not having any issues with anybody that you love. Skip this portion. Just go to the next portion. You know, that's why I just kind of portion all of this out. But if this is making sense to you guys already, that there's someone in your life where either you're wearing a false mask, you're not being true to yourself, or someone is not being truthful with you, that might be one of the reasons why the Ten of Swords is here and the Ten of Wands is here this week, saying that it is time for you to cut this person out. It is time for you to stop participating in the madness of a situation that just really isn't serving you. But it says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So false self, there's a lot of emphasis on that. Their deception, they're withdrawing something from you, them not being who you know they truly are, has to do with them. This is not about you. This is about them. Also, if you're not able to be truthful with someone because you're afraid and different things like that, that has something to do with you. Even though, yes, this person can trigger you to feel like you can't be yourself, there's some sort of issue within you where you are afraid for a reason, and you've got to look at that and you've got to address that. You got to figure out why you feel like you can't be yourself with this person. Why do you feel like this person won't accept you, etc.? So there's something to kind of take a look at the self this week when it comes to love and relationships. But there is some sort of deception going on. This is my Arrows of Love Oracle. Let's see what else we need to know. Okay, so we have a love lyrics. We have available. Okay, so love lyrics. To me, this is what this message is. Okay, I'm just going to go with this flow. So it may not resonate for everybody. I really feel that if some of you guys are dealing with someone where you just feel like you cannot be yourself, or any time that you do speak from the heart, this person is not receiving it well. They're telling you that it's too much. They can't, you know, they don't have time for this. They have too much going on in their lives, or, you know, they just have issues with commitment, whatever the situation might be. If you are just truly coming from your heart and being yourself, and this person is just still a stone wall and gives you all kinds of excuses, and excuses that you know are total bullshit and lies, you need to start making yourself available for something else. You need to, you would almost be better off single than dealing with this person. You'll be better off alone than dealing with this person. Okay. Okay. So some of you guys are already single and available and you're not connected to somebody. This is telling you here that the vibration with you needs to shift, needs to change. So do whatever you need to do right now to step more into that confident side of yourself where you love yourself, you believe in yourself, you feel like you deserve the best. If you're not in that vibration, you're more than likely, you could perhaps deal with people moving forward that are still kind of trying to remind you of who you truly are, which could be problematic situations. You could meet somebody that is deceptive, or that there are red flags immediately, giving you an opportunity to say, you know what, now I'm not doing this again, right? Or you might fall into the same routine, fall for the same old person, and go down the same old road. And I know that's not what you guys want to do. So this is about really, really leveling up with yourself, changing your tune, and either exiting out of relationships or situations where you just know your needs are not being met, or moving forward with a new tune. So that way you don't have to repeat old cycles and lessons. That's what I'm seeing here. So let's go ahead and go into my Arrows of Love Tarot. Wow, we have the 10 of Hearts, you guys. And we just had the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. So I think it's very interesting that we have all 10s coming up here in this reading so far. 10, 10, 10. Very interesting. But this could also be an indication that as we move into October, which is really right around the corner, you guys, that we're going to feel much more joy, that we're going to feel happiness, that we're going to have success in love. But it's when we drop these masks or we drop these people in our lives that are just not being truthful, that we just can't connect to. You cannot connect to somebody and have a relationship with somebody and have a two-way street situation with somebody that's equal when there are lies, when people refuse to be truthful with themselves and, of course, you. So I feel like we are exiting out of these situations or stepping away or closing doors on these types of relationships. You know that these are the kinds of things that don't make you feel good. You feel like shit. Whenever you're around these types of people, you feel confused. You feel crazy. You feel like you're questioning yourself, like, is there something wrong with me? And it doesn't mean it's always everyone else. Sometimes there is a reason that we should question ourselves. But I'm talking about the kind of person where it's just always the same. It's like it robs you of your joy. It's like you could be so happy, but this person refuses to cooperate. And it's just a total shit show 24/7 all the time with this person. So what I'm getting here is that we are stepping away. We are changing the tune, the vibration of our lives, and we are opening ourselves up to people that want to experience joy all the way through, okay? And it's not about perfection. It's just about two people that actually want to grow together. Like when I came together with my husband, Mr. Moon, we both wanted the same thing. You know, and there had been so many relationships that I had been in where it was a complete and total nightmare, where you were dealing with someone that had all these issues and hangups and all this other crap. And it's like it had so much potential, but it was just stopped at every turn. It was such a beautiful flow. And again, it was not perfection with Mr. Moon. There were a lot of things, a lot of growth, a lot of things we went through. But we both were on the same vibration of commitment, love, marriage. We knew that's what we both wanted. And we're still together today. It's 12 years next month. Isn't that amazing, you guys? Him and I got together in October of 2010. So it will be 12 years this year. It's freaking amazing. So anyways, you guys, that's what we have for love. Let's go ahead and get a couple of messages from our angels, okay? So leave it behind, you guys. Don't waste time on people. Take it from me. Don't waste time on people that don't want what you want. Seriously. There are so many people in the world. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Do not waste your precious time and energy where you can't be yourself with people. Move towards people that are going to love you, that are going to feel joy when you are able to express your feelings and love you for you. Oh my gosh, again, the 10 of Wands. Whoa, something is going on here. So the 10s is just the completion of a cycle. Spirit says it is time to drop something so you can move towards that 10 of Cups. So it does say here you're working too hard. So some of you guys might also be trying too hard with someone. Stop. If you have to try super hard with someone, I'm going to tell you right now, that's a red flag and a sign immediately. Okay. And it doesn't mean that you can't, like, again, Mr. Moon and I, we had to work hard to make things work at certain times in our relationship. But what I'm talking about, those just constant nightmare, constant, just complete depletion every step you take. That kind of exhaustion. It says your angels are asking you to find a healthy balance between your career and your personal life. So some of you guys are also not making enough time to be available to meet someone. So that's for you single people out there. You want to meet someone, but you're going to have to change your tune. You're going to have to do something to make yourself more available. Put yourself out there. Say yes to invitations. Say, spend time going places. That might be how you open the doors. You have to actually walk out of your home, right? Open your doors so that way you can have new experiences. So there's some sort of time that you need to make for this if you want love in your life. It says, be willing to ask for help from others in order to lighten your load so that you can take better care of yourself. Also, maybe join groups. Ask friends, if they know someone or their husbands or their boyfriends know somebody that would be interested in getting to know you. So there's or this could be like a dating site. There's some sort of assistance, maybe even like a, what do they call those? It's like a dating service, right? But it's more personalized. Like you go in and somebody actually matches you up, like a matchmaker kind of thing. Whatever you guys are feeling you need, I'm getting here to take those steps. You've got to take action in that department or there will be no action in your love life, okay? But it says straining to make others happy can be harmful to your health. If you're constantly straining to make somebody happy, but they're not even doing anything on their end to make you happy, that is a huge, huge sign that it is time to close the door on this situation. You've done enough. You're lovely and you deserve to be loved back. And if this person can't love you back, it's their loss, you guys. But you can't waste any more time on people that just don't want to love themselves. If they can't love themselves, then they're not going to be able to love you. And that goes for you too. If you're not loving yourself, no one else is going to love you either. So we've got to shift that up. Wow, some very powerful messages this week in that department. All right, so now we're going to go into career and finances, okay? Let's go into our career and finances and see what we need to know. So this right here is called the Law of Attraction Angels. Let's see what's going on with our Law of Attraction vibe here. Angels of Abundance is what this deck is called. Okay, so we have donations, tithing, and charitable work. Okay, so this says, give joyfully to organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, and other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. So this isn't necessarily money. I know that money is tight for a lot of people, so that right there could even create a little bit of stress, like I don't have that extra money. What about donating your time, okay? And this is also about being very mindful of who you're donating your time to. It says, donate your time to people that spiritually support and inspire you. So this is not giving out of guilt. This is not doing things out of guilt, okay? Mr. Moon and I were having actually a conversation about this just yesterday. We were talking about people that do things out of guilt. And to me, it's so false, and you can see it from a mile away. It's like, why even do it at all? Or why even do any of that at all? How about do it and don't announce it on social media? That right there is that right there, when you're not expecting any recognition for something that you've done, pat on the back. To me, that's true giving, okay? And I'm not taking away from the fact that maybe we want, like a charity to know that we've donated and things like that. But, it's just an example of true giving. If you're not really joyful and feeling like you want to do something, then don't do it. Don't do it, because it will have the opposite effect. So I feel like what this is coming up for is it's not necessarily telling us that we need to join a charity and that we need to start doing these things. But what it's saying is, what are you giving your time and energy to? How are you giving? How are you showing up for the world? Okay. Are you coming from a place of, I have to, let's get this over with? Or are you coming from a place because that's what you really love and enjoy doing? All right. So let's go ahead and get some tarot cards and see what some of this energy is about. What is some of this energy in regards to? This is my Treasure Trove Tarot for career and finances. Queen of Cups. Yes. Look at this. Content in life, finding purpose, money isn't everything. Queen of Cups is connected to the sign of Cancer, by the way. The Queen of Cups, she gives from her heart, okay? She's not going to do things that don't feel right for her. So it's coming from a very loving, tender place. You can trust what you're being given from the Queen of Cups because the Queen of Cups wants to do kind things. She doesn't feel like she has to do kind things. So let's just say you guys right now are wanting to get involved in doing something. I feel like this is telling you here, even though it says, money isn't everything, it might not be about the money. It might just be about something that you absolutely love to do because you just enjoy doing it. So maybe some of you guys are looking to, step down in your position. Maybe you don't want to be in management anymore. This is just an example. And you want less responsibilities because you want less stress, or you want to step away from the corporate world and do something that's a little bit more meaningful for you. It might be a little bit of a pay cut, but at the end of the day, money isn't everything. So I feel like I understand too why this card's coming up, because this is talking about when it's like the law of attraction. When you're giving it's not giving your money away, but when you are not afraid to donate a little bit of money, you don't have that attachment to that money. You don't have fear surrounding money. So the law is that it flows in your life. So when we have this attitude that money isn't everything, and we're not pretending that money doesn't matter, because sorry, reality check, it does, okay? We're not pretending here. But when you don't have that, oh my gosh, I'm going to die without money, and you're constantly checking your bank account and you're barely making ends meet, things like that, that kind of stress, don't you? It seems, because I've been there before too, and it seems like things just get worse. And it's not about pretending that it's not happening, pretending we're not in a crisis if we are, but it is about our relationship with money. So there's something about our relationship with money and the way that we think about money and what we feel like we can do in this life, and how we're enjoying what we do in this life. Something is shifting right now. And I feel like something is showing up this week in the Queen of Cups, saying that the value of loving what you do is more valuable than any dollar amount, okay? And changing the way that you're connecting to money. There's a shift that's taking place this week. There's some sort of new energy. Love this. And so I believe that the next new moon, which is coming up, is in Libra. And that Libra energy is all about balance. It's all about balancing some sort of energy within ourselves. So if you guys are just working your asses off, which might be one of the reasons that the 10 of Wands came up twice in this reading, if you're following it all the way through. That 10 of Wands is talking about working too hard and feeling stressed. For what? For a paycheck? For that extra, $100 on your pay, is it worth it? So I feel like we're being asked to question why we're doing what we're doing if we absolutely are miserable and hate it and just feel so freaking stressed out. Why are we doing it? So that's the message this week in regards to that. It's pretty interesting. Let's see what else. We have the 6 of Cups. Some of you guys are going to go back to an old dream that you had. Maybe you're going to connect with an old friend. You're going to hear from an old friend this week, and this old friend's going to bring, oh, remember when you used to do that? And you're going to be like, yeah, that's right. I remember I used to love doing that. I didn't even think about that. Somebody could remind you this week, or it could just come to you in the form of a dream. It could come into the form of just a memory that you have this week of something that you absolutely loved to do. And you're going to realize that, why did I not ever pursue that? Or you're going to go back to like something that you love to do, and I want to do that again. I want to do that again. This road that I took, that's, great, but I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to go back to this old job, or I'm going to go back to this old way of life. I was happier back then. Some of you guys are going to go back to that, go back to something that you used to love to do, and it's going to bring you joy and happiness this week, you guys. Or old people from your past could show up, and there may be opportunities to do something that you absolutely love. Now, some of you guys could be happy in your current job, but you're going to be carving out time to do something to make a difference in the world, and that's going to add joy and prosperity to your lives. I'm seeing that as well. So let's go into my Earth and Sky Oracle. See what else we need to know surrounding money and finances and career. Dark and light. This is beautiful because remember, it's talking about balance. It says balanced state of mind, discernment and boundaries, speaking your truth and facing your fears. Wow. This is everything that's already come up in the reading so far, you guys. Remember, it was about speaking your truth, balancing something out in your life so you can do something that you really enjoy. This is about facing your fears this week, facing the fear of dealing with something or making a decision to end something this week. So we're balancing out that dark and light, and we're literally in that gray area where we're just really riding a wave. So we're handling things very balanced this week. We're bringing the balance back into our lives, and we're feeling much more content. We feel like we have purpose this week. We feel like something is possible this week. We're dreaming again. We're going back to something that we used to do. We have time in our schedules to give, We're creating room for something this week, and we're benefiting from it in positive ways. So when it comes to our money, career, and finances, I feel like things are balancing out. I feel like we're finding time to do things that we love. We're dropping old routines that are just creating stress, and something from the past is returning this week, and it's bringing forth some sort of positive vibe with it. So pay attention to things from the past, okay? All right, so let's now take a look and get the energies here of our purpose, our spiritual path, and mission. Let's look at these energies. We're going to go into these Archangel Gabriel oracle cards and see what we need to know. What is Archangel Gabriel's message for us this week? Allow yourself to receive. Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so cool. And I'm going to go ahead and bring forth these two cards because I just feel like they are significant. Actually, 3 cards I'm going to bring forth. Actually, 4, because I'm noticing a pattern here. Open arms, open arms, open arms. Be available. Allow yourself to receive this week. Open your arms to welcome the blessings and answered prayers that the universe is sending to you. Yes. So again, there is some shift that is taking place that is allowing us to be able to receive in ways that we were not receiving before. But in order to receive, we have to make room for it. And that's why all of these 10s are here, to let us cycle out something old that might even be blocking our blessings at this time. So whether that's a behavior, a person, the way that we spend our time and our energy, something's going this week. And because of this, we are opening our arms to receive something new. It is freaking fantastic. I love it. All right, so this deck right here is called Angel Therapy Oracle Cards. Power animal. Pay attention to animals this week. Some of you guys are going to be getting a new pet this week. That's only really going to be for a select few. Not everybody's looking for an animal. There could be an animal that just shows up. That's how a lot of my cats came to be in our lives, is they showed up on our back porch. But yeah, we have power animals. So pay attention to the animals that you see this week just in nature as well. So these would be your spirit animals. It says your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you, and it is helping you with this situation. So these animals represent certain energies and powers in your life. So look them up, Google them, try to understand, what their connection is to you, what their message is to you. Really pay attention to how you're feeling at these times that you're seeing the spirit animal, okay? And this is very much empowering messages. So if you see, let's just say a crow, and you look it up on the internet and it says, oh, it's a bad omen, there's something bad that's going to be happening to you. This is not about going to the dark side with that message. It's about seeing it in a more in a more empowering way, which is something could be ending this week, but it is going to be empowering your situation. You're ending something so you can bring forth something new, which is going to bring more joy into your life. So just try to see the silver lining with things that pop up for you guys this week. But spending time even with animals, or if you guys feel your purpose and mission is connected to working with animals, there you go. That might be how you start to join in an organization. You become a foster pet, caretaker. You donate your time and things like that to an animal shelter. Something like that this week for some of you guys is something that you're going to think about doing, I feel, or that might be an opportunity that comes to you. So now this deck right here is called the Soul's Purpose or Gemstone Oracle card. So this has a stone suggestion, an affirmation, as well as another message. So we're going to see what we need to understand and know this week about our purpose and mission. We have broker. Okay, so that's not going to resonate with everybody, but there is some information about what a broker does that could connect to you. We have the stone jade, all right? And it's green. So green to me is heart chakra. Green to me is healing. Now we have a keyword down here that says finance. It says, do you have a natural skill for bringing people together for business deals? This could just be that you bring people together just as a whole, as a group. Embrace your talent for orchestrating mutually beneficial situations. Doesn't have to just be business, financial stuff. Be confident in your ability to identify the needs of all parties and make the best recommendations to close the transaction. That could be a travel agent. Do you see how some of these words here may not fit? So only take that if it resonates for you. But what you're doing is you're seeing what somebody's needs are and you're figuring out, what would be the best, vacation for this person. That's just an example. So there's some sort of gift or talent that you guys have. It's a natural ability that you guys have to organize events. It could be parties, bring people together, match people to something that's, for them. So really think about that this week. There's some natural skill that you have that involves organizing things and bringing people together or bringing people to their goals and their purpose and their mission. So really, really look into that. And that could be the reason that finances is here, which means that this is something that you could do for a living. Try to figure out how you could make that or turn that into a profit or business. So the affirmation is this: I see situations with a broader perspective using my business skills. It says, I easily analyze information to use for the highest good of all concerned. I am honest and ethical. Love it. So if some of you guys are already working in the banking industry, you could have a natural talent or ability to take things to the next level with these skills that you've learned in the corporate world or, the banking world. You can take some of this knowledge and utilize it to your advantage in your own business or doing something new this week is what I'm seeing here. But the overall message for me for that card is that you are naturally gifted when it comes to bringing, when it comes to organizing events or bringing people together in group settings and maybe even doing seminars or workshops or things like that. So that is something to think about. That's beautiful. And it is a gift because not everybody has the talent to be able to pull things off like that. All right, this is called the animal tarot cards. Let's see what we need to know about just our purpose and our mission this week and our spiritual path. Somebody's pet from the other side is also coming through this message. If you've lost a pet, it's like they're showing up in this reading as a guardian, helping you. So if you feel like you've seen this animal, sensed your animal around you, I feel like you could really sense their energy this week for sure. Oh my God, you guys, the Six of Cups. Check it out again. So we've had 2 repeat cards, 10 of Wands, and now the Six of Cups. So we have goose, okay? Duck, duck, goose. I don't know why that's coming through like when you were a kid, right? But it says, the love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. Guys, this is amazing. So I feel like there are a few messages in there. Not only are some of you guys maybe connected to, either an organization that you want to donate your time to, or some kind of purpose or mission that you have surrounding animals. It could also involve children. Animals and children, the vibration for me is the same. Sometimes I interchange those two energies because it's innocent, it's pure. But remember, someone from the past could be returning to either aid you or remind you of something that you used to do, or some dream that you had from the past is going to be revived this week. So really pay attention to you guys, to the dreams that you have or stuff that comes up from the past, because it's showing you that maybe there's unfinished business in something that you used to do. Like you had, let's just say you started a book, or you started to, you wrote poetry and you just stopped doing it. You just got busy and it was just something that you had time for before, but you just let it go. It's time to go back to it. It's time to look through those old journals. It's time to look back on some stuff. It's time to go back to that project that's unfinished and start to figure out what you're going to do. Okay? So let's get one last message to close up this reading. Oh, beautiful. Unity. Hierophant's energy. This is Taurus. Polar bear. God, I love polar bears. It says, embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, find a new teacher, or spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. So a lot of you guys could reconnect with maybe people from your past that, you guys are involved in the same types of things. You guys are interested in the same types of things, but you're coming together with other people. I feel there's a real message here for people that are spiritual teachers. And one of the main reasons is because it's one of the first cards that came up, your spiritual teaching. Spiritual teacher, somebody who is putting on seminars, workshops, classes. You're teaching other people. You're mentoring other people. Maybe you're getting into soul coaching, life coaching, or just some other healing thing that you're doing. Or you're using your expertise in some way to help inspire other people. And you're coming into this. You're coming into this realization that your life is shifting in this direction for a reason. You're feeling very empowered. Your solar plexus chakra is just freaking on fire this week. And it's telling you to go for something. Listen. So that's what I have for you guys for this week's forecast. I hope that it resonated with you, or at least inspired you for your guys' week and was helpful to you. So if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and make sure that you're subscribed. And if you guys are interested, if you're not already, and you want to subscribe to my other channel for soul connection and love types of readings, all the information is down below. All right, you guys, take care, and I'll catch you guys later on in the week with some different readings. All right, bye-bye.